So we're back.
Hey guys, it's Sean's in the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor. This is take two, Facebook Live number 8 with Lazaro Cardenas. Let me bring him on. Welcome. Let's see if I pull this up here.
It's
There
there.
you are. What's going on?
Good, good. So
How's the
I think
audio now? I think everything's
good.
good now.
Yep.
Hey, this is what happens. Things happen. You gotta just adapt. You gotta be flexible because sometimes things don't work out the first time. So Lazaro, please introduce yourself to my community. So those that are on live, hashtag replay if you are on the replay. And in the comments before he starts talking, drop your business, drop your website, drop your cell phone. Let's all collaborate and connect sometime today or tomorrow. Lazaro, go ahead. Sorry, man.
So thank you, Sean, for inviting me. My name is Lazaro Cardenas. I'm a partner at Patel Soltis and Cardenas. We have offices in Hackensack, Jersey City, and Freehold, New Jersey, as well as in Brooklyn, New York. Our firm primarily practices in real estate, bankruptcy, foreclosure defense, and probate work. And those are the main areas. So we also do some evictions and some other legal work, but those are our primary things. And things we were talking before the technology went out on us, how crazy things are in the real estate market and how people are trying to be creative to continue business. We've actually gotten quite a bit of calls for closings. But one of the concerns that we have and we've been talking about is a lot of people are not getting a paycheck.
Yes.
So how are they going to qualify for a mortgage? So I've been reaching out to the mortgage and the lenders, and this is uncharted territory for everyone, not just attorneys, but mortgage brokers. And the mortgage market I don't know if you've been following that.
It
It's just
went down and now it's
it's
going back up.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's unbelievably crazy. So, you got people calling saying, oh, I can get 0% mortgages. No, you cannot. So, but yeah, no, we don't know exactly what's going to happen, what transactions are going to close when. We deal with some sensitive transactions, like if you have a bank that's foreclosed on a property and they're selling it, those typically have very tight closing windows. And I've reached out to them and saying, hey, and they don't know. They really can't with any what they're going to do it. So,
Right.
sorry about that. I think I lost this thing again.
Did you lose
So,
you? You good?
how about you? What are you hearing from realtors?
I mean, a lot of them, some of them are, oh my God, the end of the world's happening, and I don't know how I'm going to change the way I do my business. I just lost them again. This is the way technology is, guys. You got to just keep at it and make things happen. It's all important to get yourself in front of the camera and try to figure out other ways to make it happen. Some people are going to these homes that are vacant and actually doing like an open house virtual tour. Some of you have been doing that for a while. Some of you are doing it for the first time. You have to start adapting to your surrounding. Just try to do things that, if you want to get a paycheck, you got to do certain things to change the game. So a lot of you might do, I know Lazaro was talking about home inspections were being done via virtual. The home inspector goes to the home, is checking out everything while the possible buyers are going to be listening to every word, seeing what's going on, taking the professional. That's why you pay for what you get. If you have a top professional that's a home inspector, it might be a few $100s. It's well worth it because you're going to need that kind of person. I think we have Lazaro's back on with us.
I am back on.
Oh,
Every time a
and
call comes in, it drops the video.
the busy guy. It's important. Like I was telling the community, it's important to communicate, and ways to communicating is what we're doing right now. Take advantage of this. It's important to see people today because we're not able to, actually shake hands anymore. We're going to have to do this for a period of time and
Yes.
communicate.
I've been telling my clients also, I mean, this is really not a good time to panic.
Right.
Just try to maintain some level of normality, try to keep a schedule, try to do things. If you were buying a house, there's no reason for you to not do that. You're still going to need a house to live in. You're still going to be back to work. It could be 4 weeks, it could be 8 weeks. We don't know, right? So I think that's the problem with the market as well, right? The uncertainty. Markets don't do well with uncertainty. So now you're seeing this up and down of mortgages and markets. Everything will settle down. I remember when we had the 9/11 was one, but then the 2008 crisis.
Yes.
And if you didn't panic back then, if you just wrote it out, you came out at the other end of this much better than you were in the beginning. I remember looking at my 401k going down, 80%. And I'm like, how's this going to? But as long as you didn't sell those stocks or whatever you had invested in, you wrote it all the way back up again.
Yep.
And this is a different type of crisis, but it will pass. Just take it one day at a time and continue to be productive as much as you can. It's the only thing that I can tell people at this point.
So you've been involved as an attorney for many, many years now. Why did you get involved with being a lawyer?
How did I come about being a lawyer? Well, I was working in corporate for close to 20 years in a Fortune 100 company. And I started to go in school at night because I didn't have a bachelor's degree. So I went to get my bachelor's. And as I'm doing that, I took a few courses in law and I became really interested in it and decided to do law school in the evening. So I went for 4.5 years, 4 nights a week to do that. And I love what I do. I tell people this is sort of like a second career, but I can spend another 20 years doing this. And I love the areas of law that we practice. We didn't start with those. We started with other areas which we did not enjoy. And I tell people the reason I'm doing what I'm doing is because I love it. And I know I can add value to the person that walks in the door, that when they walk out, 9 out of 10 people, maybe higher than that, will be better off than they were before they walked in the door to see me. If I can't provide that to a client, I don't take them as a client. I don't. If I can't add value to them, we typically say, we're not the attorneys for you. Find someone else. But that's, I think, the incentive was also I wanted to get out of corporate America. I had a good run there, but I didn't want to end up there and retire from it because I still had quite a bit of years to go. And then, how the three of us, the three partners, met in law school, actually. And, 2-3 years into law school, the Wheel Did part-time program is how the firm comes about. We talked about opening a firm and trying to do this on our own. To be honest, it was a little harder than we expected, but we made it through the other side, and we're happy and better for it.
No, thanks for sharing. I know a lot of people out there watching. You might be in that position, like maybe I should, move into my side hustle full time. Maybe I should change my career. Lazaro was able to do it. You can do it if you put your mind to it. You change your mindset. You wanted to do something, so you put wholeheartedly into those 4 days of classes. I'm sure that bar exam is like ridiculous to pass. But you had a mindset that you're going to grow, you're going to change, you're going to make things happen. So I appreciate you saying all those about what you've done in your past, man.
So we were talking about the real estate world, right? And I had a question for you, and because you deal with a lot of agents, what are they seeing now that there's so much quarantine going on? A lot of people are not even willing to go out and look at properties. What are they seeing happening?
They're changing. Most of them have to start changing their ways of marketing, ways of communicating, because it's not the norm now. You have to do things you don't want to do. And a lot of the ones are going to have to do those virtual open houses, walk the home. You might have to have these type of one-on-ones or you can do a couple people at a time. might be a little crazy on a Zoom call, but they have to change their game. You might not do door knocking, but why not use social media to spread the word? Don't just say, hey, list with me, buy property with me. Nobody
Right.
needs to see that. I always preach, you have to create your own personal brand because nobody buys anything from the company if they buy it from you. So it's
That's
really,
exactly right.
yeah,
That's such a true statement, by the way. I have friends in that are attorneys, and they're always worried about competition. And I'm like, people don't hire you because you're an attorney. People hire you because who you are. When they walk in there, they're hiring lads to do their probate work, to do their will, to do their bankruptcy, and really, competition is not real. If you really provide a good service, the word gets out, and people come to you because of who you are. The same thing for realtors, by the way.
yep,
You hear through other people saying, "Wow, no, this guy was awesome," and that person refers to other people. Say, no, no,
yep.
no, you got to go see this guy. He really takes the time to show properties. He really informs you about everything that you can do, how you can get a better rate, or whatever the case may be. They go above
Hmm.
and beyond, and you start meeting people, and you see the same name comes to you regularly.
Yeah.
And there's thousands of agents out there, but these guys are exceeding people's expectations.
Well, you got to be, and you said a couple great things there. You have to go above and beyond for your clients, and you have to provide value. I'm a lot of people say, Sean, what the heck do you do? Well, that's on purpose. I do it that way because my main thing is insurance. I'm an insurance broker. So I write insurance throughout the country now. Before it was just New Jersey. Now we can do anywhere in the country because of social media. This brand I've developed, people gain trust because I provide value consistently every single day. So that one piece, as far as providing value, if you're a real estate agent, you're an attorney, that's great. But if you connect other people and you become a resource for them, that's why I'm the connection
Right.
machine. That's the value that I bring. Anyone could write insurance. Not everyone could be an attorney. Anyone could do insurance, but I'm going to provide so many connections that you're going to be able to help you grow your business just by the network that I have. That's what I bring to the table as far as the value add from across the board, teaching you how to do video, teaching you or getting you in front of other people to help you grow.
That's also exactly our philosophy. A lot of people walk or call and say, "Oh, how much do you charge for this?" And I'm like, "Okay, let's talk about money later. Let me give you how I'm going to help you, what value I'm going to add to if you didn't hire me versus you hiring me. Let's talk about that, and then we'll talk about how much you're going to pay me. That's irrelevant. If the
Right.
value you're receiving for my services exceeds the price you're paying, that's what you want. That's why
Hmm.
you hire an expert or a specific, doctor, lawyer, real estate agent, whatever the case may be, because they have an expertise, they have a knowledge base that you lack, and you need that expertise so that you can make an educated decision. And
I agree, 100%. And not to cut you off, a lot of real estate
no,
agents will cut their commission. They will cut their commission to get a deal. That's not providing value. You should share what you're going to bring to the table to that client. And if they don't accept it, honestly, you should walk away. You cutting
yeah.
commission, you're hurting yourself. You're hurting the industry of being a real estate agent. They should all uphold that. So if you don't appreciate it, don't understand it, you got to move on. But people are taking a hit on these commissions.
Well, yeah, I mean, the real estate market is changing with some of the brokers doing like 1% and all that. It's been a challenge that they're really changing the way they do business.
Hmm.
But you're right. I mean, I always tell people, you get what you pay for.
Yes.
So if you go to a discount, whatever it is, that's you're getting that much less service for that, because the person is not going to be able to spend the time if they don't charge you appropriately.
Hmm. Is there anything that you would, as far as tips for those that are maybe buying for the first time, some things that they should kind of make sure they look at and review for contracts?
So I think, I mean, it's so many different items, but you you got to make sure that you're buying a property that is affordable and in your price range. A lot of times people get pushed into like, how much can I afford? You shouldn't be looking at how much can I afford. You should be looking at a price range that you're comfortable with.
Hmm.
Uh, so I think that's important. The next thing is you should be looking at the property to see if there are, contamination issues. Is there an underground oil tank that's been there for, 30, 40 years? Has that been properly taken care of? Um, so they need to look at multiple areas that could impact them negatively in the future. I mean, we've had transactions where oil tank contamination has cost, $30,000, $40,000 to remediate.
Yeah.
So, if you have deep pockets, you can afford that. But if you don't, then you have to be concerned about that. What we've seen in recent past is a lot of people are actually trying to get the seller to remove the oil tank. So a proactive approach in this scenario would be for the sellers, people who are going to sell their houses in the next 5 years, they should probably start looking and pricing what would it take for me to either bring the tank above ground or remove it and convert to gas if that's what they want to do. But
Hmm.
even if they don't convert, even if they stay oil, they should probably try to bring the tank above ground. And
That's huge value, guys. Those that are watching on the replay, live, hashtag live, if you didn't gain any nuggets of information from our conversation today, you might have to replay it because I know there's lots of great information here for everything from real estate to business to marketing and things like that. Is there any final words you would love to share with those that are watching us, Lazaro?
Again, we started. I'm going to end with the same thing. And these are crazy times, but maybe this is a good time for you to review, your documents, your will, your power of attorneys, your healthcare directive. I always tell people when things happen in your life that are major occurrences, a death in the family, a serious illness, you should review your estate planning. So maybe now that you're home 24 hours a day, it's a good time to, just get your mind off of what's going on outside and, review your strategy and make sure that it still makes sense. A lot of us do, a will and put it away. And 50 years later, oh, the guy is dead. And
Yeah.
maybe some of the stuff there you should have changed way before that. So maybe it's a good time to do that. And call your attorney and review the estate plan that you had in place. Make sure it's still valid. Make sure you don't want to add something for emergency purposes or things like that. But anyway, thank you for
That's
having
awesome.
me, Sean.
Laz, how do they get in contact with you? For those that want to get in contact, have a conversation with you.
So they can either visit our website, which is focusedlaw.com, FOCUSEDLAW.com. They can set up appointments online there. And also they can call our number, 973-200-1111.
It's awesome, Laz. Please, when we get off the live, please go back in and drop a comment with your contact information so it's easier for those that want to get in contact with you. Please friend request Laz. And I appreciate you, man, taking some time out of your busy day to drop some major value for us.
Thank you, Sean.
Have an awesome day, Laz.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. There you have it, guys. Another awesome Facebook Live. If you gain some value, please hit that share button. Make sure if you're interested in getting involved with doing a live in the near future, go to connectionmachine.biz//contact and schedule a meeting with me. If you haven't already, check out SeanZeemWebcards.biz. It's a phenomenal resource, a tool that anyone in sales, anyone that's in business needs to get. It's basically a mini website on steroids that's acting as your business card that you actually can track those that are going to different areas and how they're getting your contact information from social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, etc., emails and text messages. It's phenomenal. And then it also gets linked to your CRM. Hey, I hope you guys have an awesome day.